Just went over who I am, my background in public education, the fact that I'm a self-published author and course creator. I teach burned out parents and others how to generate income online, and I love stock trading. That was one of the reasons I felt like I could create my first course. And my mission is to help as many people as possible learn high income digital skills so that they can start having some options. Forbes has reported that e-learning is climbing to 325 billion with a B by 2025. All right. So I want you, when you get a chance, that's your first homework assignment. I want you to Google and read that article. That's important because that means something. And what does that mean? Oh, that means people want to learn online. I'm going to give you two examples. There's so many, but I'm going to give you two examples. So recently I took a Canva course. I wanted to learn, more than the basic things that, most of us already know with Canva, right? So I followed this girl on Instagram, and she's just always doing some really cool things with Canva that I did not know you could do. And so I wanted to take her course. So I took her course. It was like an hour and a half course. The course price was $69. And she had over 600 people who came to that course that night. That was a Friday night in, I believe it was December. She's getting ready to do another one. If she hadn't done it already, she's doing another one in January. How much is that? $69 times at least 600 people. It was over 600 people, but at least 600. How much did she make for that one night? Teaching Canva, teaching her tips and tricks for Canva is $41,400 for that one Friday night. How cool is that? And that just shows you the power of being online. That shows you the power of creating a course instead of trying to use a limited resource, which is your body. You can only be in one place at one time if you're doing a one-on-one type situation with people. So you're going to cap your income, okay? Because you can only be in so many places at one time in one day. All right. But if you create a course digitally and have everybody come to that course, then your income potential is just astronomical. I just wanted to just show you the power of creating a course. And I'll show you some other things that you can do as far as educational products, but we'll move on. Also, I put pressure washing on here because my husband has started pressure washing. He started about a year or so ago. But let me tell you how he learned that skill online. He took a course. A digital course online. Pressure washing is in person. When you pressure wash someone's house or their driveway or whatever, you have to be there. But the course creators were able to teach him how to successfully teach him, because he's made it into a whole business, successfully teach him how to do pressure washing online. That's just going to show you nothing is oversaturated. And a lot of times you may feel like things are saturated if you're on like social media and you start seeing, the same types of people doing the same types of things. That's just the algorithm, like showing you what you like. So that doesn't mean the whole world is doing that. That just means algorithm for that particular platform saw that you like something and they're going to just keep showing it to you. Okay. So nothing is oversaturated if you're your unique self. Okay. This question always gets me when people say, well, what makes you different? Like the world is big. There's nothing new under the sun, but you're different. Every person is different. That's what makes it different. You have a unique perspective on whatever it is that maybe 1,000 other people are doing, but you have your own unique perspective. So you're going to bring that into it. And you're just going to be yourself. So since that's the case, nothing will ever be oversaturated. I want to give you some inspiration because a lot of times, like I said before, you don't know what's possible unless you can see it, because seeing for most people is believing. So I want to show you a CNBC article, CNBC Make It article. If you don't follow CNBC Make It on social media, any social media, I think they're on most social media outlets for them, because they will keep you inspired. So this is an article from CNBC Make It. They do a lot of financial information and in stories of people who are actually successful. Okay. So this girl, she says, I made $100,000 in passive income in one day, which is crazy. But I do know from inside sources that they vet their articles, they make sure they're not lying and that kind of thing, okay? Because this is their reputation on the line. All right, so this 28-year-old quit her job and turned her side hustle into a $1 million business. All right, so this is what this girl did, and I've seen her before, even before this Make It article. She is like a pro with Excel, Microsoft Excel. Like she's a pro with that. And people were always asking her, how do I do this in Excel? And so she started doing some Excel lessons on TikTok, right? And little did she know, I'm reading the article here to you, that it led to a fun side hustle that would eventually turn Miss Excel, that was her online name, to a successful Excel training business. All right, so now she has more than 1 million followers across TikTok and Instagram, and she's brought in more than $1 million in course sales. All right, so that's important because a lot of times you think, I don't really have something that I can monetize. But you never know. The thing that may seem mundane and just kind of, natural to you that nobody else would want to know, the next person may want to know it. Like who thinks that, everybody's going to just be flocking to this Excel course? But they did. And it's made her a millionaire. All right. So as we're going through this tonight, I want you to start thinking about, if you don't already have a course in mind, think about what can you monetize. But there's a little caveat to that, and I'm going to tell you that in a minute as well. So this right here, now this 31-year-old makes $105,000 a month in passive income from her side hustle. She just works 2 hours a day. Just reading the article because, of course, it's intriguing. Beautiful girl, right? And so, she says she posted a video on YouTube about how she went from a 495 credit score to an 820. And that video ended up going viral. And so she was already getting paid from YouTube just by making her video. She just wanted like $1,000 a month. It was just bringing in $1,000 a month to help her pay for childcare. But from December 2022 until March 2023, they earned an average of $105,000 per month, 1 month, each month in passive income. And I know those numbers seem crazy to you, but being in the digital spaces that I'm in, I can see easily how that can happen. I just told you about the girl. I was literally there in that Canva class, 600 other people, and we all paid $69 to learn that Canva lesson for that one night. Just imagine if she had done multiple nights in the month of December, right? So let's say she did 2 Canva classes charging $69 to 600 people. That's $80,000 for 2 nights within 1 month. Okay, so do you see how this stuff adds up? There's another article. I want you to look at that when you get a chance. This lady right here is another reason I decided that I could create a course. I was listening to her podcast remember I told you I love stock trading, and my teacher, she inspired me. At one point, she was doing interviews with millionaires, right? And this lady was one of the people she interviewed. And she creates courses, and she shows people how to create courses and that kind of thing. And she said, well, you only need to know about 10% more than the people who are taking your course. And it just hit me like a light bulb, like, wow. I said, well, I know way more than 10%. Like I can do that. So, and she said, think about what people are asking you about a lot. And so for me, it was self-publishing. So that's how I ended up creating my self-publishing course. But take a moment when you get a chance and read this article. If you want to screenshot it so you can Google it later, you can do that. But her name is Amy Porterfield, and she was definitely an inspiration to me as well when I started my journey to creating a course, my first course. All right. All right, so I'm going to get back to it. Any questions so far or any comments so far? All right, so I hope that was inspirational to you. I like to keep inspiration in front of me when things get hard, because you have to remember, it's been done before. Somebody has done it, and, you can do it too. Okay, no, none of them has special skills. All the articles I just showed you, nobody had a special anything like they were born special. They just had a desire to do it and they stuck with it. Okay. So that's the important piece. All right, let's keep going. All right. So why create a course? And we kind of already touched on that, but if you've ever been a teacher or you've had a service job, you've been a coach or helped somebody or help people one by one in any way, shape, or form, you understand that your body and your time are limited resources. Okay. They are limited. You only have one body, you only have a certain amount of hours that you can actually work during the day. So, when you're able to free up that time, but you can still help people and help more people, your business can grow exponentially. So that's what a course does. Just like, what I just shared with you. A course can do that. It can help you grow exponentially. All right. And they can be so infinitely, you never have to say, well, I'm low on the course. Just like if you have a physical product, let's say you have a boutique online or something and you're low on a certain skirt, you got to wait for China to send it to you. And you don't ever have to say that with a digital course. That's a digital resource and it will never deplete. Okay. All right. So that's one of the main reasons why a course is an awesome way to start earning online, and not just earning, but you can help people. People need your know-how. They need your skill. And let me tell you this. I remember thinking when I first created my first course, the self-publishing blueprint, and I'll show it to you in just a minute. Like, there are things I don't know. Well, guess what we have access to? There's something called, you may have heard of it, but it's called Google. And the things that I didn't know, I researched. Do you understand? People will pay you for your research because it saves them time. I like to save time. So, anytime I can take a course and everything's organized for me, I'm going to do that every time because I don't know what I don't know. And I don't want to be all over YouTube looking for stuff that I don't even know I need to be looking for. Okay. So if there are people apparently that are like me because Forbes said 325 billion by 2025, right? So there are people like me and probably like you who want things that are organized step by step and, have access to the teacher, that kind of thing. All right. And having access to the teacher doesn't mean that you're teaching a live course every time, but, you are available in other forms for them. Let's keep going. Y'all still there? Y'all still awake? So another reason why courses are a great way to make sure that you are getting your information out there is that they're evergreen. The content is evergreen, meaning it will stand the test of time. All right, because it's going to continue to be relevant. And that's another important piece. You want to make sure you have something that's relevant, that will continue to be relevant, that will continue to be evergreen. It can't be the latest fad that's going to fizzle out in a few weeks or a few months, but it needs to be something that can stand the test of time. And also, you can always go back and revamp your course as needed to provide more value to your students. So, for example, my course, the Self-Publishing Blueprint, let's take a look at that. So when I first started this course, see if it comes up. This is on Teachable, okay? And now it's not published. I unpublished it because I am leaving Teachable at the end of this month. Because I have moved this course over to StanStore, okay? Because I already had some other digital products over there, another course over there. So I was like, it doesn't make sense to pay for two different platforms. Okay, I like StanStore. It's easy to maneuver and it's easy for the students to maneuver. So I'm just going to move everything over there. But when I started this course on Teachable, it was $97. And I priced it that way because I took a course as well, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But I took a course as well and I loved it. It was a children's literature course, how to write children's books. And it was $97. So I was like, oh, that's a good price point. And she's giving a lot of value. So maybe I'll do $97 for my course. Now, there are two things that happened. First of all, I didn't know how to market the course. And second of all, a lot of times when you underprice something, people don't see the value in it. So that course was $97. It was underpriced then, so I didn't know it. I didn't realize it. And it sat and it sat and it sat until I learned digital marketing to promote the course. All right. And once I did that, it took off and I moved it over. I moved it over to Stan Store, which is right here. And I have some other products and courses in here. It's down here on the right side, the self-publishing blueprint. And now this course is $497. Not because, oh, I just want to add, I just want to make it more expensive and get more money. This course is more expensive because I've learned more since I started this course. And, since I created the course the first time, I have included more information. I've included digital marketing, affiliate marketing in this course because as writers, we write a book and we do the book signings, but outside of that, we don't know how to promote the book. The book just sits and we have books in the garage or just, books in the spare bedroom and they're just sitting because we're not understanding how to promote it. And so I've included that. I've included what I learned in this course, and it makes it more valuable. So that's the thing about a course. The more you learn, you can go back in and revamp it, add more value. You're not just going to make the price more expensive just because you want it to be more expensive. You're going to add more value so that the people who are taking it can be more successful. Okay. And you can charge that. You can charge for that. Okay. So I hope that's making some sense. The other course I created was the Take Your First Trade. It started off less expensive, but it's so valuable. It's so valuable because you can make that money back in a day or a few days, right? So I think about that as you're thinking about pricing your courses or your other educational materials, because I'm going to show you something else in a minute that you can do. But think about the value that you're providing to people. Okay. You're not just going to make it expensive to make it expensive. You need to be providing value. It needs to be worth whatever it is that you are charging. All right. Makes sense. We're going to move on. We're going to take Divine's word. We're going to say that it makes sense. We're going to keep going. All right. So another why, which is important, is passive income, because that frees up your time. And when I say passive income, I don't want you to get the wrong idea that it's something where, even though I have the person up here sleeping, but you literally can make money while you're sleeping. I remember the first time I made money from my course, and a lot of different things, because I spent a lot of time in the man cave with my husband. We watch movies when our son goes to sleep, and I'll get a notification on my phone. You have a new member in your course or something like that. So you're doing other things and you're earning income. Okay. So, but you front load your work. That's what passive income is. You front load your work and then you get to reap the benefits on the back end. All right. So with passive income, what makes it passive is that you automate your email campaigns. I don't know who's on here, but if you're in on my email list, I'm not sitting up there sending you emails every day or every other day. That has already been created and it's been triggered to be sent out. And you can do the same. And you can do the same with social media, like for your posts, like if you're making videos or whatever, you can set up your social media to promote your course or whatever it is you want to promote without you having to physically sit there and do it every time. There are different apps like Later. There's an app called Later. There's an app called Metricool. And then in Instagram, and I know Facebook too, but Facebook is only for certain things that you can, publish later. But Instagram has that feature too. I don't like it because it doesn't always work for me. But Later and Metricool, they'll post your stuff for you. So you don't always have to be right there doing it all the time. That helps you not to burn out. Another reason that what makes it passive is that the platform handles all the sales. You're not doing anything manually. You're not walking up to anybody with a card reader or anything like that. You're not shipping anything. That's what I like. I don't like inventory. You are literally just hands off. You create the course. You're the brain. You're the brain and the beauty behind your course, and the platform does the heavy lifting. Okay. Also, you can build quality affiliate partnerships. And this is what I was getting ready to tell you earlier. And if you don't know what affiliate marketing is, somebody type 2 in the chat if you know what affiliate marketing is. This is another way to earn additional income with your course by partnering with other courses or other products or services that are complementary to your course. Right. So for example, I have my self-publishing blueprint course, but I don't teach people how to write children's books. I do have best practices in there, and then, how to self-publish from start to finish, different things about writing. I don't take you through how to create like a children's book. Now, in 2020, I believe, or 2021, I took this course. Now, I had already written a children's book, but when I finished, I hadn't finished it. That was the thing. So I had started it, I hadn't finished it, but I took this because I felt like there was a lot I didn't know. I had already written other books. I had written an adult fiction book. I had written a book for like middle school age kids. 2 books for middle school age kids. One was an interactive character education workbook. One was a devotional. They actually got a chance to write their thoughts. They had Bible verses, affirmations, just stuff to let them know that they're amazing in God's sight. That was for like middle, high school, even college kids. I had buying that as well. But I didn't write anything for little kids. And I had a baby at that point. I had a little boy. I think he was 1. He was a little over 1, but I wanted to write a book for him. And I had a thought in my mind to write a children's book about animals. I had that in my mind for many, many years. And so I started writing it, and there was a lot I didn't know, and I felt like I didn't know, but I didn't know what I didn't know. And like I said, because I'm not the type to just go looking all over YouTube University and I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what to look for. So I took this girl's course and it was amazing. She taught me how to write a children's book. I didn't know, most children's books, industry standard was 32 pages and stuff like that. She taught me so many little things, and I started looking. I was like, oh, yeah, all these children's books, 32 pages, stuff like that. So anyway, so all that to say, I highly recommend her course. I like her course. I want other people who want to write children's books to have access to her course. But because I refer them to her course, I'd like to earn a commission. So I asked her, hey, Brooke, her name is Brooke. Brooke, do you have an affiliate partnership program? And at the time she said no. And I said, okay. She said, we may at some point. I said, okay. So maybe 6 months later, I asked her again. And I guess I put a little bug in her ear. Said, Brooke, do you have an affiliate partnership program? And she said, yeah, we do. Here's your link. So they had created me a link like right then and sent it to me. And so now if I share this program with other authors or potential authors of children's books, I get paid a commission. All right. So that's affiliate marketing or affiliate partnering. All right. And it's a beautiful thing. I do that for a few things. Okay. And I want you to start thinking about that as well. You don't have to think about it right away because you're creating a course. So that's work in itself. But somewhere along the line, start thinking about that. Start thinking about making affiliate partnerships because they really and truly do help increase your income passively. Okay. Especially if it's something you believe in. Like I said, I believe wholeheartedly in that course. She taught me so many different things, and I want others to have that information. But the fact that I can earn income from, sharing that course with others is the cherry on top. Something to think about. Work smarter, not harder. All right. Additional passive income streams as a course creator, you can create how-to guides. So I don't know if you saw this when I went over to my Stan store. This is a Stan store. You can, and I do like Stan store. There may be other platforms similar to this, but I like them. It's just easy to create a product and easy for people to navigate through it. But I created, so I kept having people ask me online, like, how do you build a funnel? Because I had created some videos talking about, building a funnel because I learned how to do that in the digital marketing course that I took. It was $7 to take it. So I learned how to create a funnel, a sales funnel. Does anybody know what a sales funnel is? I don't want to be just talking and you don't know what I'm talking about. So you can unmute if you want to, or put it in the chat. Put in Yes or no? Please. Y or N? You only have to type the whole word. Y or N? All right. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. So, people were asking me about how to create it, and I don't want to. I didn't really want to do that. I don't like I said, I don't like sitting down and stuff like that. And that takes a lot of time. So my thought process was if I can create it step by step in a guide, give it to people, well, not give it to people, but share it with people and they purchase it, then that was a win-win because, I don't have to take all my time sitting with different people who are asking. I can just create the information and then, they can do it themselves. But if they have access to me, if they have questions, they have access to me. All right. So again, work smarter, not harder. So this is another educational product that you can create. Maybe not this if you don't know how to do a funnel, but think about something else that you can create as an educational product, even if it's not a complete course, but it's educational. It's showing people how to do something. Okay, you're taking the knowledge that you have and you're packaging it for other people to be able to, have insight. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Tell me, is that something that you've thought about before, like creating another digital product like that? That is a digital product. This is not something I mail out. That guide is not something I mail out. It's digital. They download it, and I created it. And guess what? Canva. Canva will be your best friend. All right. So, and we just talked about affiliate marketing, and I just added. If you want to screenshot that, you can do that. But I did add some places, some resources on here where you can go if you are interested in, finding affiliate partnerships or products that complement whatever your course will be. And another thing I wanted to say before I move on to some more passive income streams as a course creator is there is a video on YouTube with Myron Golden and Russell Brunson. It's called Midnight Millionaire Mastermind. That's your homework, but it's fun homework. It shows how affiliate partnerships can truly be a game changer for you. So when you get a chance, do that. Watch that video. But Myron Golden, he is a pastor and a very high level businessman, staunch businessman. Him and Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is the creator of ClickFunnels, which is a funnel company. They create funnels for people and they show people how to create funnels and that kind of thing so that they can increase their business as well. So they are doing a interview with each other and it's amazing. They tell you on a high level how affiliate partnering really works with bringing in additional passive income. So check that out. All right. Another way you can bring in passive income as a course creator is writing a book. A lot of times that can be your segue into people taking your course. You've written a book and it doesn't have to be a long drawn out book. Let me tell you something. I bought this book from this boy, and I'm gonna call him a boy because he's in college. He's in college, but he makes $10,000 a month on like a faceless Instagram page. $10,000 to $15,000 a month on like he has like 3 faceless Instagram pages, and he created an ebook. Not a lot of pages. It might have been 30, 30 pages or something like that. A lot of it was, some pictures and things like that. But he had good information. So that's key. People will pay for information. You don't have to do a long, drawn out, book that has 100 pages and all that kind of stuff. You can put pictures in it, diagrams that show people things, and you can do it easier now than ever, like with AI. Use AI to assist. And there's ways to use AI to assist. We won't go all the way into that. I'll talk about that briefly in just maybe the next slide. But there is a way to use AI to help you with writing your books, or at least helping you to outline the books and that kind of thing. So write a book, and that can help people see the content that you'll provide in your course. The level of quality that you provide. So. All right. And writing a book, book writers are called authors. That gives you authority. All right. So that makes people, perk up and say, oh, okay, well, let me see what else they have. So That's just an idea. Also, speaking engagements. That's another thing. Speaking is like, top tier, one of the highest things on the value ladder. So that's always a good way. It's not completely passive. I just put it on here. It should be under a different category, but that's just an idea.